Hi everyone. I just thought I'd give you an update on where we're at, what's been going on in our lives. Um, Sadly, it's been a very difficult week for us. My father passed away last Tuesday in Surrey, a result of picking up pneumonia on the back of having coronavirus. So that was a bit of a shock, as you can imagine. It was all very quick. It's been very difficult not being able to be with my mother and my sister at this difficult time, and that's added to the stress and the anxiety of it all. Uh, both of them have got it now as well, so I haven't been able to travel up to help them, and I've been trying to organise things from here. So all of that's been pretty difficult, but hopefully they're on the mend a little bit now and starting to feel a little bit better. But obviously their recovery will continue. Like a lot of you guys, we've been using Zoom quite a lot for family around the world, so they can all keep in touch and give their support to my mum and my sister especially. In some ways it's been a bit strange really, because up until last weekend, although the coronavirus had an impact in terms of the business, we were kind of locked down, but it felt a little bit removed from us. Obviously it was all over the news, but it hadn't had a huge impact, I guess, on a very personal level. And then on Tuesday, bang, it had a massive impact, and obviously that's been earth-shattering, really. As we haven't been able to get together as a family, I've spent some time sorting out a online memorial for my dad. And people have been putting some lovely messages on that. And that's been really helpful and given us some strength. It's been really interesting because some of my dad's ex-work colleagues have put things on, and reading those, it's become very apparent he must have been really good at his job. I don't really understand why that's been a surprise to me, but some of the things that people have said have been really, really lovely, and it's been really heartwarming to read those. So thank you to those people who've done that. In terms of the business, Sarah and James have been absolutely amazing, so I really want to thank them. They've helped me out over the last couple of weeks, keeping the shop going. As you know, we're open between 10 and 2, so they've been going in every day and dealing with contact lens orders, any repairs that have needed doing, organising delivery, posting stuff out to people. So without them, the situation would have been a lot harder and a lot more difficult for me. So as I say, I really want to thank them. We've been trying really hard to minimise the number of interactions that we have at the practice with our patients, and I think for the most part we've been pretty successful at that. We've had quite a few phone calls from various patients who've had symptoms, which I think is the way we should be handling things, so please carry on doing that. I'll come to that in a minute. And it's been nice to put people at ease and help them not worry about some of the things that they've been phoning about. It has been necessary for me to go in a couple of times to see patients who've had symptoms that I felt needed somebody to look at. One was somebody who had a contact lens stuck in for a couple of days. Obviously that needed removing, and we've had a couple of people who've had recent onset flashes and floaters, and they need examining really. It's a bit scary because we haven't been issued with any PPE equipment, so although we got gloves and I got a mask, it's not ideal, but I've been managing it on the basis that some of the patients I don't think it's necessarily they need to go to the eye hospital, so we've been trying to look at those. That being said, I've had some new advice from the eye hospital this morning, but I haven't had a chance to read that all through, so we might change how we deal with some of those patients. But I think in the first place, if you do have a problem, please email or phone me, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can with a plan and the best course of action for you. But don't sit on something. Just call, and I can talk it through with you, and then we can decide what to do. So in line with the general advice, we're not doing any routine eye examinations at all. Although some of the advice from NHS England has been contradictory, so that's been a little bit frustrating. But my decision is that we're not going to do any routine tests at all. But do call, as I said, if you've got a problem, and we'll do our best to point you in the right direction. So what else have we been doing? Whilst I've been home, I've sorted out a lot of our social media stuff, Facebook page, Instagram account. These are things I've been meaning to do for months and months and never quite got around to doing. So that's been quite interesting, actually. As you can imagine, we've been at home with the kids quite a lot, so we did some homeschooling last week. It's been a bit trickier this week with the holidays because they obviously think it's the holidays, so we shouldn't be doing anything. But to be fair, they've been really good and really helpful, actually. And it's been quite really good fun. So we sort of settled into a pattern of life. We get up every morning and we all do a Joe Wicks session, the PE thing he's been doing online. So at the very least, we're all much fitter. And some days we've even done 2 sessions. We've been out on our bikes a bit. I've rediscovered and been enjoying cycling, which I haven't really done for a number of years. So that's been really nice, obviously within the parameters that the government set out. With the weather being so good, we've been sorting out the garden a bit. As you said last week, I cut the hedge. This week we've been jet washing the decking, so that looks all really good. Trouble is now I've got to do some grouting and I've got to paint the decking with decking oil. So I hope the weather holds, so we'll try and get that done over the next couple of weeks. We've planted some vegetables. We had a patient who we've seen recently, Adam Alexander, who has his own blog called veggingOutWithAdam.com. So if you get a chance, have a look at that, because it's really interesting about how to grow your own veg in a very small plot. So we planted some tomato seeds, some spring onions, some courgettes, and cucumbers. So that should be lovely once they all come through. But as I say, Adam sent us some seeds as well. So James and I have both planted some of those. So that should be really good. And basically, we just settled into a pattern of life. Really, it's we've been very lucky, I think. I mean, obviously, the weather's helped. And I'm doing loads of reading, which has been good. So a couple of people mentioned in emails that they didn't like the fact I wore an Arsenal shirt for the video last week. So I've changed this time and I'm wearing a Gloucestershire one. As you know, I look after the Gloucestershire players and staff, so I'm sure they're going through a bit of a tough time not being able to play in this amazing weather. But hopefully they'll be out on a cricket square sometime soon. I'll try and do another update in a week or so. And obviously if anything changes, I'll let you know. Take care, stay safe. Just last thing, obviously there's quite a lot of people who would be due their routine examinations in April and May, and we won't be sending out any reminders in the short term because there's no point really. But we will, as soon as we get the go-ahead that we can start seeing people, whenever that is, we'll start getting those out so that you can get in and we can check everything's okay. But as I say, if there's any problem, do let us know. Stay safe, guys. Speak to you soon. Cheers. Bye.